God has given us life to live, and that life is best lived by grace. Hello everyone! Kami po ay nagbabalik dito sa programang Life and Grace at nagpapatuloy po tayo sa atin pong inumpisahang mini-series na 7 Steps to Victory o 7 mga hakbang tungo sa tagumpay. At tayo po ngayon ay nasa victory step number 3 na may pamagat po ang ating episode ngayon na From Defense to Offense. So we have covered the first and the second step to victory, and those are rise up and take your journey. God's plan for our lives does not automatically come to pass. Pinag-usapan po natin ito noong nakaraan. And we have to take the journey which the Lord has planned for us and keep moving forward even when resistance appears. Manatili po tayong faithful when opposition comes. At sabi natin, para makita natin ang perpektong plano ng Diyos na mangyari sa ating mga buhay, we have to take the journey that He has preordained para po sa atin. Ito po ang susi sa paghakbang tungo sa tagumpay. Pinag-usapan po din natin nakaraan na huwag nating kakalimutan na mayroon po tayong kalaban who is out there to destroy God's plan po sa ating buhay. Alam niyo po sa kalaban na ito, okay lang sa kanya na gumagawa tayo ng mga good things as long as they are not God things. Okay lang na gumawa ka ng mabuti, pero hindi okay sa kanya kapag ang ginagawa mo na ay yung mismong pinapagawa ng Diyos. Magkakaroon po tayo ng opposition. And opposition is not a proof that you miss God. Kagaya po ng nangyari kay Pablo. Ang Diyos po ang nagbukas ng pinto para kay Pablo. Subalit marami pong kumakalaban. Marami pong balakid. And I'm telling you, it will be the same with us. When you start following God's plan para po sa inyong buhay, kakalabanin kayo ni Satanas and things won't always go easy for you. But as Andrew always says, if you will never run into the devil, it is because you are both headed in the same direction. Now, let us go po to the next victory step. Ito pong victory step number 3. At ito po ay pass over the river Arnon. Alam niyo po itong sinabi ng Panginoon kay Moses na pass over the river Arnon. It gives us a powerful picture of believers moving from defense to offense. Ang river of Arnon po kasi was a boundary of Sihon's kingdom. Nasa pagitan po siya. Siya po yung nagdi-divide papunta po sa Sihon's kingdom na kalaban nila. And by crossing the river, Moses and the Israelites were headed into enemy's territory. They put themselves in direct conflict with Sihon, the king of the Amorites. And they were not skirting the issue. Hindi po nila to iniiwasan. Kalimitan sa mga Christians ay lumapit sa Panginoon dahil alam nilang nangangailangan sila ng kaligtasan. At nagpapatuloy sila sa Panginoon dahil alam nilang sa kanilang sarili ay wala silang magagawa. Kailangan nila ang tulong ng Diyos para talunin at mapagtagumpayan ang karamdaman, kahirapan, depression, loneliness, and a host of other problems that confront us. At wala pong masama doon. Wala pong masama dito. But very few Christians grow to the point where they get beyond themselves. However, ang mga mature Christians po are willing to enter Satan's kingdom and fight for others and God. Because true faith advances into enemy's territory. Victory requires engagement. Sabi po sa Revelation chapter 12 verse 11 ay ganito, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they did not love their lives to the death. This is speaking of believers overcoming the devil by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. But this verse does not stop here like what others are conveniently leaving off. Yung pong part na nagsasabing, and they did not love their lives to the death. Actually po, that is what makes everything else in this verse work. If we are only serving the Lord for what we can gain from Him, then that's not true Christianity. The early New Testament believers were more committed sa Panginoon and in advancing the kingdom of God than they were in their own lives. Marami pong examples of these na makikita po natin sa church history, itong early church na ito. Na noong panahon po ng paghahari ng Romano, pinahihirapan po ang mga Christians at sinusunog po, nilalagay po sila sa stake at sinusunog po sila. Subalit ang pinagtataka po nila ay kung bakit pinahihirapan na ay nakakaawit pa ang mga Kristiyano. And that is why they evangelized the majority of the known world in the first 30 years after Jesus' resurrection. Ang mga mananampalatayang ito ay minahal nila ang Panginoon more than their own lives. And they were serving the Lord for more than what they could get out of it. They were willing to lay their lives down for the sake of the kingdom. Ganito po ang ginagawa ng isang mabuting kawal, di po ba? They risk their life by entering into enemy territory, by taking the battle to them. Alam niyo po, the optimal way to wage war is on the enemy's territory. Kaya lang, nakalulungkot po, marami pong Christian are trying to just hold down their fort until Jesus comes and are passive, nagiging passive po and not aggressive. Pero sinabi po ni Jesus sa kanyang mga disciples, nung siya po ay nabubuhay ang ganito, sabi niya sa Matthew chapter 16, verse 18, "And on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it." Sabi niya po, the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. Sabi po sa Tagalog, hindi makapananaig sa kanya ang tarangkahan ng Hades. Alam niyo po yung gates, ito po ay a defensive structures. Jesus was describing that the church advancing against the kingdom of darkness. And in order to be victorious, we have to go on the offensive. Too many Christians are just thinking about themselves and trying to hide from the battle. They only think of faith as protection or preservation. But true biblical faith advances, invades darkness, rescues others, and expands the kingdom. True victors are those who not only seek to win their own battles, but they take the things the Lord had taught them and share it with others. Sabi nga po ni Jesus sa Luke chapter 6 verse 38, sabi po sa wikang Tagalog ay ganito, "Magbigay kayo at kayo ay bibigyan. Husto ang sukat, siksik, liglig at umaapaw ang ilalagay nila sa inyong kandungan. Sapagkat ang panukat na ginamit ninyo ang siyang ring gagamiting panukat sa inyo." Using the same principle, we can say that a practical application of this is, if you need healing, pray for others. If you need provision, become generous para po sa iba. If you need friendship, be a friend to other people. As we enter into other battles, we are helping win our own battle. Pero po, ang trick ng devil ay ganito, na as we focus on our own problem, that we forget about anything else. Kasi nakapokus lang tayo sa sarili natin. If you are all wrapped up in yourself, you make a very small package. It is in losing our life that we truly find it. Sabi po ng Matthew chapter 10 verse 39, ang nagsisikap para sa kanyang buhay ay mawawalan nito. Ang mawalan ng kanyang buhay alang-alang sa akin ay makakatagpo nito. We have to cross over and engage the enemy before we win the battle. We can't just pray and wait the Lord to give us victory. No. The Lord told Moses to cross over the enemy territory before the battle was won. That placed him in direct conflict with the enemy. Israel had to move toward the conflict, not away from it. And believers today must also confront darkness instead of retreating from it. The church was never called merely to survive until Jesus returns. We were called to invade darkness with light, truth, love, and the power of the gospel. So let us rise up, take our journey, and cross over and engage the enemy. Dito po tayo makakakita ng tagumpay na nilaan ng Diyos para ating lakaran. Ito po si Baldamin Tatlong Hari at ito po ang Life and Grace. Kami po ay nagpapaalam. Life is best lived by grace. Shalom!